is up? I'm so excited. Look who I have. Joshua T Shipman, I have on here. He is an actor. He has done so many things. I'm gonna let him tell you exactly what he's done. I've watched
Oh,
plenty of his movies on Tubi TV. What else? Amazon Prime. Is that correct? He's been in
um,
some.
oh yeah,
mm,
yeah, go, yeah.
Okay. And then he's also been in some commercials that I'm just sitting there in between me watching Tubi. I'm like, there he goes. So I was like so excited. His latest movie that he was in, I would definitely like you to go ahead and talk about that. I see a lot of people that I recognize and I know, and of course you. So please tell everybody who you are.
Okay, so hey everybody. Again, I'm Joshua T Shipman. I am an actor, model, mentor, host, acting coach, you name it, across the board. I'm a voiceover artist. I do it all. I do it all, and I'm first and foremost. I just want to say thank you to God and everybody else who's supporting my work, and thank God for giving me this talents or these many talents that I have, and just being able to have the mindset to go after what I want and just kind of go after the life that I want to live, which is living my life out through my talents. So I thank God for that. And thank you all for being here. And thank you for supporting me over all of the projects that I've done in the last 10 or more years. Tubi, Amazon Prime, where else? Apple TV Plus, Hulu. Was it Hulu? No,
Hulu,
not Hulu. Zumo,
Zumo.
um, Plex, you name it. Peacock, everywhere. You can go in those search engines and just type in my name and it'll pull up everything that I'm in. Um, Netflix as well, matter of fact, because Harriet is on Netflix now. So it's a blessing. It is a blessing to be able to do this. You know what I mean? I grew up well, from childhood, I've always wanted to be an actor. It was, I don't know, it was just something that stuck with me. I used to see behind the scenes on little movies and stuff like that. Well, not little movie, these were multi-million-dollar budget
Mhm.
projects that we're talking about. So excuse me on that. So TV shows, I used to see behind the scenes and I'm like, it was like looking at Disney World to me. That was my Disney World. That's where I wanted to go. Kids back then, they wanted to go to Disney World, but I saw acting. That was my amusement park. That's what I wanted to do. So I don't know. It stuck with me. I kept chasing it and chasing it and chasing it and chasing it. Next thing you know, high school, of course I did, grade school plays. But when I got in high school, that's
Mhm.
where, when I broke out of my shyness, I was a little shy around the ninth grade because I was, finding my
Shy.
way. I came, coming straight from middle school and just kind of finding my way. Now I feel like I'm in the big leagues now. So I'm like, after that ninth grade year, I broke out of my shyness and I did my first play in high school, which was Once Upon a Mattress, which is a spinoff of The Princess and the Pea. So if
Okay.
anybody, yeah, if you remember that fairy tale, it's
Mhm.
called Once Upon a Mattress. So amazing, amazing, amazing school production. Um, Shout out to Jamie Falk who put that play on. I was actually playing alongside my sister in that play as well. So that's what made it even more special. On top of that, I won my first cameo appearance. I played a magician and I played a bird, this huge bird. It was the comedic relief. It was so funny. Like I got an award for that. Like to this day, I can remember that play like it was yesterday. So it was amazing.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Guys, as you can see, this brother has done a little bit of everything. There's a couple of things that you mentioned that I did not know that you did. So you definitely have to elaborate a little bit more on
Sure.
that. You mentioned voiceovers.
Mhm.
Oh my God, tell me about that. I've always wanted to do a voiceover. So go ahead.
So being in this industry, it kind of gave me well, it kind of, introduced me or exposed me to different outlets. Of course, I'm thinking I'm just gonna be this movie or TV film actor, and then everybody was like, dude, you have a amazing voice. You have,
Yes, yes, you do.
da 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 da. You know what I mean? So thank you.
Mhm.
And everyone used to tell me before I really got into acting, everyone used to tell me I should do radio. So that
I
kind of,
could hear it. I could hear
yeah,
it.
I just wish radio does pay, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you really have to have a lot going on to be able to fully succeed in radio. Which is not bad. I mean, it's a different type of hustle. Um, yeah, but I think I was just talking to someone about that. But anyway, I got into voiceover work, literally just doing auditions for them.
Mhm.
Years ago, I think my first voiceover project was for a community college that I attended, Southeastern Community College.
Mhm.
So I did that voiceover, and I would get voiceovers through my agent, well, voiceover auditions through my agency. So my very first official voiceover was for Publix, the Publix grocery store.
Mhm.
So I did two of those. I wish I could get copies of them, but I can't. It's so hard to get copies of voiceover work. So I did those in Atlanta, and then I was like, dang, I am really trying to like really break into it. So from then, which was about 2018,
Mhm.
around 2018, and I started getting more and more and more voiceover auditions. So from Publix, let me see. I actually just did a voiceover reel, matter of fact, but I'm trying to think of everything that's in it. Um, so you got Publix, you got Popeyes, which is my most recent one.
Popeye's chicken.
Popeye.
It makes no sense that some people forget lunch. At Popeyes, we say go crispy, go bold, go memorable. We say let's bring lunch back. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, honey, I love me some Popeye's
yeah.
chicken. Mhm.
I actually did a commercial for that as well, so that kind of went hand in hand because I did a commercial for it, and then I ended up getting the offer for the voiceover part. So that was amazing. I did that. I did some voiceover stuff for Virginia, Department of Education, the tourist department for Virginia. Um, so much more like voiceover stuff that I had the chance and the blessing to be able to do. So yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
wow. Voiceovers. I would have never well, yes, because I do recognize your voice. You do have an
Mhm.
awesome voice.
Thank you.
Could you tell us, so you've done acting, right?
Hmm. Oh yeah.
We got to ask this question. What type of character do you prefer playing, and what type of character was the hardest for you to play?
Well, that's a really good question because I feel like at the stage of my career now, I want to be more diverse, and I don't mind being typecast because I mean let's just be honest, typecast they get a lot of work, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they stay
yeah.
working. Not the wrong typecast. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll say it like that, not the wrong one, but um I would say I think my favorite roles are to play like, some type of official, like some type of, officer or a detective or, um something of a professional career. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
think those roles really resonate with me because of my, my mentality and the way that I live or the way
Mhm.
that my mindset is. Now, I love the what are those roles? I'll just call them the bad guy roles. I love. It seems like the last few projects I've worked on were the bad guy roles or the antagonist. So those roles, I guess I can really dive into those roles as well. You know what I mean? It's fun. You whatever role that's assigned to you, you kind of just because this is what I love to do. So it's like I really dive into everything, every script that I get. I make it my own, and I just put myself in that person's mind frame around that time. Whatever lines they're saying is me saying. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
um my toughest role I would say I did, it was a short film. And the short film was called The Recipe, and that's now on CMAX, which is a Christian, it's a Christian network.
Mhm.
Um, that role was particularly hard because it was so much emotion and it was so much that I had to dig through in just a short film. Now, imagine it being an actual feature length film. And the reason why I say it was so much emotion in it was because I ended up killing my best friend from childhood because of I didn't well, I just say he came back from the army, and he was, he was messed up, PTSD and everything. So he was on meds, but he wasn't taking his meds. And he ends up breaking into my store, which I'd owned a store. Like, we had separated whenever he went to the army. Now, his mother was really good friends with me. Of course, we've been friends since childhood. So yeah, he ends up breaking into my store, and I end up shooting him because he, from what I thought, he pulled a gun on me, but it was the childhood gun that we used to play with. So it's so many layers in that short film. And I didn't see the gun because he had it in his pocket. You know how people try to raise a gun inside their pocket? So he did that. And it went from being gone for maybe years and years after that happened. And his mother invites me over to have the recipe, the dinner that we always used to ask her to cook for us. So that's where all of the emotions start to play. And it's a heavy, heavy, heavy short film. Won a lot of awards. I mean, the cast was great. It was amazing. But that was probably my toughest one, only because, which I loved it because it was such a challenge emotionally, because I've never went to those depths before in character. So that right there allowed me to be able to get into that emotional depth with the character.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where is that playing again? It's on It's on what?
C-Max.
C-Max. Guys, check it out. What's the name of it again?
The Recipe.
The Recipe. C-Max, The Recipe. I'm going to check it out too. Man, that sounds intense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So speaking about movies, before we get off of here, I definitely have to ask about your recent movie that you posted on social media. Could you tell us the name of that, where we can find it, and what it's about?
So I think that is the
I know you got a lot of them.
Beehive.
Yes.
Yeah. So, oh man, like that movie right there is getting so much play right now. I mean, man, people are loving it.
I love it.
Good.
I love it. Yes,
it is good from beginning to end. Like, at first you don't really
I'm
realize
sorry,
what's
I don't mean
going
to
on.
cut you off.
You're good.
Who wrote it and produced it? Could you tell us that? Definitely got to give them credit.
Oh, sure. Nakia T. Hamilton, hands down. Nakia T. Hamilton, that's like, man, I've done so many movies with this dude. Like, I've already lost count. That was probably like our 10th film together, or the 10th film that I star in of his. Which we have another one coming. Two actually. We got 2 more coming.
Is it gonna be on Tubi as well?
Amazon Prime, probably Tubi, most of the streaming platforms, probably, more than likely.
That's what's I love it.
Now, the one is a comedy, and that's period. Miss Hattie from Tyler Perry Productions, Hoops, Robert Rashad, myself. Oh man, it's an amazing cast. Amazing cast.
Wait, please post it where I can share it with everybody. Okay, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
please tell us about the movie. Go ahead.
Beehive. Okay.
Beehive.
So Beehive, oh man, I knew this film was going to be special because this was one of the films that really started to show my growth as an actor. When I was working on this project, I could see a major, even the producers and directors and everybody who was working on the set, they were like, yeah, I could definitely see a growth in your acting on this one. That's after taking, classes, and after taking, because we train, actors, serious actors train. We train, take classes, we do workshops, we pay attention, we read books on acting, because again, we want to become the best that we can be at our craft. So Beehive, it was an amazing role. I play a cop in that one. I don't want to tell too much of the movie because I want people to see it, but just
definitely
know
go watch it.
it is, when I say twists and turns, it has more twists and turns than a tornado.
When I was like, I thought I had it together. I'm like, I know what this is about. And I was like, what?
Right. So yeah, shout out to the amazing cast. Shout out to Nakia for once again putting another hit out there for everybody to see. I mean, everybody's loving it. I put up a clip of it. Matter of fact, if you go to my Facebook or YouTube, not YouTube, my Facebook or Instagram page, you'll see a clip of it. And that clip right there, it's already at 1.5K plays on it. And I put that up like a few days ago. Like,
Yeah.
it is I will say this, it is one of the powerful scenes of the film. I would just say, I'm not going to tell you what part it's in. I'm just going to say it is one of the powerful scenes of the film.
All right. So what I'm gonna ask of you, if it's possible, just
Sure.
give me the link of it and I'll put it in the description. So
Of course.
people, when they're looking at this, they can click on it as well. But of course,
Oh, of
watch
course,
the
definitely.
rest of the interview. We're gonna do that first.
Cool beans.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Every time I see you put something up, every movie I see you in, your acting is phenomenal in
Thank
everything.
you.
What advice can you give young men and women who are pumping the hills and getting out there and doing the grind? What advice can you give for them?
Whew, so much, but I'll start with this. Know why you want to be an actor. If this is what you want to do, please know why you want to do it, and have a reason behind it. And the reason why I say that is this is one of the most toughest industries that you can be in. It will beat you. It will beat you to your knees like any other industry.
Mm-hmm.
It is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a regular 9 to 5. That's why you have to be, you have to be extremely serious about why you want to be an actor. If it's for money, you might as well go get another job. If it's for fame, you're better off just being friends with a bunch of different people, because this industry changes so much. It's ever changing. It's like not Microsoft. It's like technology.
Mm-hmm.
You have to constantly train. You have to constantly sharpen your tools and your skills. You can never have enough training when it comes to acting. Now, I'm not saying go crazy and spend thousands on thousands on thousands of dollars.
Right.
I mean, hey, if you got it to do that, so be it. Do it. The more, the better, right? So, but if you're starting out, I will say this: know why you want to do it. Please have thick skin, because you're gonna have 1,000 no's before you get to one yes. And when I say that, I don't mean that figuratively. I mean that, like, I'm serious. You're gonna get 1,000 no's.
Yes,
And
yes, 1,000 no's. Yes, it's true.
And it's not going to be easy. Like, most people start out making their own work. They start creating their own stuff, because, I mean, let's just be honest. All of the imagination is in here. You know, there's no different from being when we were kids out playing outside to now being adults. We still have that in us. We just, sometimes we're just trained or programmed to go seek a regular lifestyle. But if you know you have that gift in you, hey, start writing. If you know you have a wild imagination, start writing. Turn that writing, go to someone who, build a community. Get with people who have the same interest in heart and are serious about it. That's if you don't want to, basically throw yourself out there, train, go to classes, get headshots, quality headshots. Stay in a class, make sure you learn, because what's going to happen is when you get in a class, it's going to teach you the basics of what acting really is. If you've never acted in your life, you know what I mean? So I come from theater. So it was already in me from theater. And also I have a broadcasting background. So that's what gave me more confidence to be in the public eye. So a lot of these things that I've done in the past works for me, but what worked for me may not work for everybody else. You know what I mean? So, you got to be, you're only going to get out of this industry what you put into it. So there are no shortcuts. Nobody can just put you on. I mean, hey, unless you're like friends with one of the big list A-listers or something like that, even they can't even guarantee you that they can put you on.
Yeah, this industry is hard. It's hard.
It's exactly. You got to be willing to work. You got to be willing to take a lot of rejection. That's why I say I tell people you got to have elephant rhinoceros skin. in this industry. Your skin has to be that
That's a new
thick.
one. I will use that.
Yeah, like your skin has to be that thick, because what you might think you're the best person out there, but I can guarantee you, those people, most of those people out there they're gonna probably look right past you until you put yourself on their radar.
Mhm.
I've put myself on so many amazing casting directors' radar simply by proving my work. My work spoke for itself.
Mhm.
The work that I've done in the past on past films, or them seeing the consistency in my auditions and stuff like that. And we won't go into names and all that, but what I mean, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I'm not really a name dropper, because that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand what you're saying
Right.
though. Yeah, I get
You have to, you gotta, it's consistency. You gotta believe in yourself. Do not look for anybody to validate your career. It won't happen.
Yeah.
No one cares, first and foremost, because you're doing something that's outside of the four walls of normal society. So they're not going to care. Most people are going to think you're wasting your time. Most people are going to say, hey, why don't you just get a regular job? That's what they're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hey, there's nothing wrong with having a regular job, because again, because until you've gotten to that point where you can actually work as a full-time working actor,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, you're gonna have to have a regular job, because how are you gonna eat? How are you gonna feed yourself? How are you gonna? I don't listen, I've been working since I was legal enough to work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All types of jobs, you name it, I've done it. So I'm definitely not I'm not afraid of hard work. I grew up working hard. I grew up with two of the most hardworking parents that I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I'm from a big family. It's 9 of us. You know what I mean? So hard work was definitely instilled within us from our parents. So I'm definitely not a stranger of hard work, I guess you can say. But yeah, like know why you want to do it.
Right.
Be prepared to work hard. Be prepared to be in class and train. Don't look for anybody to validate your career, and just keep putting yourself out there. You got to keep putting yourself out there. I see so many actors, and this burns me up so bad. I'm like, so many actors think, oh, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want people to think I'm what's the word for it? Basically, they're like, they don't want to put themselves out there too much. Then how's anybody going to know you exist?
Exactly.
How I think I think we've been so brainwashed in this society to minimize yourself so you can fit in. How are people going to know that you exist if you don't put yourself out there? You're doing yourself a major disservice by thinking that you have to minimize yourself. You have to put, and I mean, hey, your work is going to speak for itself anyway,
Exactly.
But of course, and there's a difference between you putting yourself out there just to have an audience and just to get some attention, versus really putting yourself out there so you can be promoted and marketing yourself.
Exactly.
There's a huge difference.
And I'm gonna tell you something, and I know that you got to go, but I'm gonna say this real fast.
Take your time.
the thing with marketing, the best person to market to you is yourself. Of course, it's good for other people to market you and validate you, but nobody is going to do it like you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Nobody's going to let people know all of the projects you're doing like you do. They don't have time. They're living their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And everything. But we gotta go. You gotta go. I'm enjoying this conversation so much that I would love to invite you back again. I want to get in more into, you say you come from a big family. I love to learn more about that. I'm sure people have questions for you for the next time. So you can come. Okay. So great. So thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you.
Guys, go out, watch his movie. What's the name of the movie again?
Beehive.
And then
but we got so many more coming.
And so many more coming. And then also too, real fast, how can these people reach out to you, man?
So you can reach out to me across the board. It is Joshua T Shipman. That's Joshua T as in Tom Shipman. Excuse me. SHIPMAN. That's on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. I think Snapchat is underscore Rex, REX 87. J underscore Rex 87. I don't have TikTok yet. I don't know. I'm still kind of I'm still kind of juggling that one. Just, I don't know.
TikTok is
Maybe
fun.
one day. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Joshua T Shipman, if you got questions, reach out. Trust me, I'm not one of those people. I mean, if you reach out to me, I'm gonna answer you back. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on, guys.
Thank
I
you.
hope you enjoyed this conversation that I had with Joshua, which was amazing.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God. Look, I've been trying to get him on my show for a minute. This
I
brother is
know. Yeah.
busy. His
It's been
brother
a
is
long
busy.
time.
He's busy. You know what I'm saying? He's busy. All right. So I'm going to come off of here. But before I go, the one thing that I always tell my audience, I love you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Adios.
Peace.
Thank you.
You're welcome.